Before, this is the English lessons. Now you are going to study about another task, which is continuous story from lesson 3. So in this lesson 4, we are still talking about the Golden Falcon. In lesson 3, if you remember, there was a task, somebody who stole the Golden Falcon. Now in lesson 4, it's now on display again. So let's find out what is the story behind it, and then we will also study about talking about reading newspaper report. Second one, you also will learn using punctuation, specifically speech marks, and uh, also talking about uh, writing the speech mark. Okay, so let's start. Okay. Before we read the newspaper report, let's have let's have a small talk here about the Golden Falcon flies home. What do you think has happened? If the thing that was stolen uh, flies home, so it means there must be a police who catch the thief, or maybe also talking about the eyewitness who give also maybe report, right? Report also to the police, so the police can catch the thief. Could be, right? So the person who stole the Golden Falcon has been caught, and the Golden Falcon has been flown back to the Sachi Museum, which is the place. Okay, let's find what the story behind this. Okay, Golden Falcon flies home, and the small title is Thief's Long Nose Helps Police Catch Him. So if we are talking about newspaper report, the title will be as, or we call as headline. Okay, this is the title, so it is the headline. Golden Falcon flies home. Thief's long nose helps police catch him. Okay, they remember about when you describe a person, example using using in detail one, small black eyes, and then long pointed nose, and maybe also dark straight hair, and so on. You still remember? Okay, that is in lesson 1. Okay, let's continue. This is the story. At 10 o'clock yesterday morning, the Golden Falcon thief was caught by police as he tried to get on a plane to another country. So he ran away. Okay, he tried to run away. An eyewitness description of the thief help us to catch him. An eyewitness description of the thief helped us to catch him, said a police officer. The eyewitness, Mitch Jones, gave a very detailed description of the thief to police after the theft of the Golden Falcon. See? He had dark, straight hair, said Mitch, and a very long, pointed nose. Passport control officers called the police when they saw the photograph of the thief on his passport. The police have taken him to prison, and the Golden Falcon is now on display again in the Sachi Museum. So this is the chronological of the theft of a Golden Falcon. So the thief tried to run away, and then there were some people who helped the police to catch the thief. The first one, the eyewitness description, and the second one, the eyewitness Mitch Jones, right? Because she gave a very detailed description. And the third one is passport control officers when they checked and also saw the photograph of the thief. Okay. Now, as you can see the blue sentence here, That is the example of the speech mark. Okay, so let's study one by one. The speech mark here is not only talking about the quote one, but we also talking about the comma, talking about period, talking about exclamation mark, or maybe question mark. Okay. Okay. Now, before that, I took the example from the text. An eyewitness description of the thief helped us to catch him. Okay. When do we use speech mark? Speech mark here is the quote one. Okay, if you can see the red one, or this whole sentence. When do we use it? When we write exactly what the person says. So that's the function of talking about speech marks. So when somebody says something, that's when you write it. Yes. Second one, does other punctuation go inside or outside the speech mark? So punctuation here, talking about the speech mark here. So it goes inside, not outside. Okay. So be careful when you write the speech mark. Okay, let's discuss one by one. Okay, here is another example from the text. He had dark and then comma, because talking about the description, and then straight hair. After that, said Mitch. Now, from this case, okay, let's find out. Oh, okay, let's see one by one. So when you open the sentence, you will write one speech mark here. And after that, check the sentence first, whether you need comma, period, or another punctuation. And then in this case, you need comma to separate the description between dark and straight hair. After that, put comma again and close the sentence with speech mark. Only one speech mark. And then the rest will be set match. Okay. So only one speech mark here, which is needed in English, okay, is so one speech mark here is used at the beginning, open the sentence, and then at the end of the sentence when you close it. So what is it used? So it is used to indicate somebody saying something, like we discussed before. Okay. Therefore, the phrase of said Mitch doesn't need a speech mark. Okay. Because Mitch has said, right? Okay. Okay. Now next examples. Okay, this is another one. Now in this case, in this number one, the number one here, as you can see, it is question, asking questions. So punctuation that you need must be a question mark. Let's check how do you put comma or maybe question mark, and how about the speech mark? Okay, let's see. As I said before, when you want to open a sentence, you need one speech mark, and then you write the sentence, sorry, comma, you need it, right? Because you give, what do I mean? You stop for a while, right? After that, you continue again. Do I know you? Okay, talking about asking questions. So what you need is question mark. After that, don't forget to close the sentence. Put one speech mark again, and then you continue. Ask Nicole. Okay, so I repeat. So in number one here, as you can see, maybe we can say that it has two what do you call two clauses. Okay, so example, sorry, and second one, do I know you? So you need to put comma here. Okay, sorry, and then continue to the next clause. Do I know you? So you don't put question mark in sorry. Am I right? You don't put question mark on sorry. Sorry, that's not asking question. Okay, the speech mark is used after the question mark. Okay, so you need to take notes. Okay, so question mark first and then close the sentence. Nah, number two. It also has two clauses. The first one, look. Second one, the guy is chasing the thief. Okay, so if you have to close it, it means you need to separate them, but be careful with the punctuation. Okay, let's see the correct one. Look, when you say that, it's impossible if you use period, comma. It must be exclamation mark, because you want somebody get attention when you say look, right? So here you will always use one speech mark when you open the sentence. So write the speech mark here, and then write look after that. You need exclamation mark. And for the next clause, it will be the capital letter, okay? Because talking about the next sentence, right? So the guy is chasing the thief. Why do you need exclamation mark again? Because you are shouting at the time. Check. Okay, if it is shouted, it will be written shouted. Okay, shouted Mike. So Mike was shouting when he was saying this sentence, saying these words. Look, the guy is chasing the thief. It's impossible if somebody is shouting, you use a period here. Of course not. So the keyword of exclamation mark is when you read shouted. Okay. So you will use exclamation mark first and then close the sentence with one speech mark. It's similar with question mark. So question mark first, exclamation mark first. After that, use one speech mark to close the sentence. Look here as the first clause, the guy blah 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 as the second clause, new sentence. And then don't forget to use capital letter. Okay. Now here, punctuation of some sentences here. So like I said before, when you want to open a sentence, you will use one speech mark and then check again the sentence, whether it needs other punctuation like question or maybe exclamation marks. So someone has stolen the Golden Falcon. It's not asking question. It's not also like shouting to somebody, right? So we will use someone has stolen the Golden Falcon and then comma and then close the sentence using one speech mark and then continue to the next sentence. Right, the museum curator. So here you need period. So period will be at the end of the sentence, okay? Number 2. Okay, this is similar with the previous one. Look, the thief is running away. So exclamation mark here, you put it first before you close the sentence, okay? And remember, check again the sentence whether it has more than one clause, okay? Shout it as the keyword or the clue for using exclamation mark. And don't forget, put the period at the beginning of the sentence. Number three, asking question. What were you doing? Who asked it? The police officer. So open a sentence using one speech mark and then use the question mark and then close it with one speech mark and then continue the sentence. Ask the police officer and then put period. Number 4, it is also a question or interrogative sentence again. What did you see? Who asked it? The reporter. So you use one speech mark and then for question mark. After that, close the sentence using one speech mark and then continue with ask the reporter and then put the period. Number 5, interrogative sentence. What did he look like? Who asked it? The police officer. Open the sentence using one speech mark and then put the question mark first. After that, you close the sentence using one speech mark and then continue to ask the police officer and then put the period. Okay, so P4, that is our material today. So please keep reviewing how to punctuate sentences, whether they are affirmative, negative, or interrogative sentence, or maybe also using exclamation mark. We will have another discussion soon. Thank you, P4. See you.